dayon murag mo rest lang sa siguro tag mga 30 minutes after, then for the second lecture na lang po dayon. Kay ngano class, Monday we'll have our first quiz, November 10, no? But about lang siya sa compaction and effective stress. Then I do not know class ha basin man god mag-release of memo kay based on our academic calendar, November 12 to 14 will be our wellness week or wellness days. Pero wala pa man ko memo gikan sa admin, so di pa ta ka-declare ana, pero magkuan lang ta kay basin. So on Monday, November 10 will be our first quiz about the previous topic, compaction, and our topic today, stresses in soil. Or ikat lang nato siya sa first part. Then if dili ta magklase, gitanaw ko sa calendar class ay din sa akong laptop. If dili ta magklase kaning sa 13, so next na itong klase 17. Dayon, pagka 17, magklase na po ito sa 20. So, kailangan naka-quiz 2 ta sa 24 o sa December 1. Kay pagka December 5, no? December 5 to 13 will be our, kung ano siya ay, final exam, no? So meaning we have 3 weeks left or 4, ano siya, kay exam na din nato sa December 5 to 12. So ana kadali ang atuang kuan class. Kung di ta magklase pa next week, so wala na tayo time. So that's why anak ko nga, although wala ta na tayo klase today kay natay laboratory, but ako na lang kuan ang time, no? Since ato aman siyang laboratory report until 8:30. Let me check sa akong calendar. Sa akong schedule. Okay, up until 8:30. Alright. Ano to siya class? Mag-announce ang dayon to time ha sa itong mga activities. So let's start with our discussion. Okay, so makita ninyo akong slide class. Ay, sorry, akong sorry class, natuplok na ko ang stop sharing. Okay. So makita na siya. Kindly ko kuan ha ka ng speak out kay dili na ko makita if go heart reaction mo or any reactions kaya ako makita kay ang entire screen. So makita ninyo class?
Yes, ma'am, makita na.
Okay, so good afternoon once again. So our topic this afternoon is about vertical stresses in soil. So kindly ko admit ato ang mga classmates class gi-add as co-host ta mo. So the vertical stresses in soil. So basically class this chapter entails about the vertical stresses in soil, which they refer to the forces exerted on the soil particles in the downward direction. We have here the downward direction. Yeah. Up here. The downward direction, and that is due to the weight of the overlaying soil. So it is ano kabalo naman ta ani that let me write now, no? So for example, we have this soil mass kanagabugdo nga soil. So basically that one class na siya mga small grains mga soil particles, and if we get one soil, one grain anak, it has a weight, right? Ato ang kuan, ano siya weight plus nabutang. And if we're going to multiply that one with acceleration, so that would be equal to your force. No? Okay, so that's why we have here the downward direction due to the weight of the overlaying soil or any structure and under loads, meaning if we're going to determine, we will get the stress at this point, no? So, for example, let's have another one. Let me erase this one. If, for example, this is your ground surface, then you have here point A, and that is if you're going to check the upward plus na po siya balay dira. So basically, ang atong soil is under the stress due to the soil plus the stress due to this house. Then if there is a water, na to siya tubig along this portion. That is your water. So there is again a force due to the water. So if kanang nahitabo, we are considering the soil, the structure, or any other loads. Therefore, class, understanding the vertical stresses is essential for assessing the stability and behavior of the soil masses, as well as for designing foundations and other civil engineering structures. So basically, the first part of this chapter discusses the in situ stresses, considering the three conditions. So we have the downward seepage, the upward seepage, and no seepage at all. And the second part focuses on the stresses in soil mass using the Mohr circle to visualize the normal and the shear stresses. Also, the third part, we have this one tackles the stresses due to the applied loads using Boussinesq equation, Weistikard method, and approximate method. But basically, class, for tonight, ang ako rang i-discuss kay about this first two topic, which is the downward seepage, the upward seepage, and no seepage at all, and the Mohr circle. This one, the third part, will be, paano na ko na siya ma-discuss, class? Basically, on Monday, we'll be having our first quiz, and if na wellness week sa 12, 13, and 14, so makita na po ta sa 17 again. So, dito na ako siya i-discuss tali, no? Or maybe mag-Mohr circle quiz ta na. Then, sa 20th, na din ako siya ma-discuss. Mag-marathon na po ta sa 20th. Kaysa sa Monday, mga good class, we have 2 hours lang for the discussion. And dito kay siya enough, no? May makat siya. That's why intended na ako siya for the quizzes. So, dito ko gatanaw class, kaya na dito ang calendar. Okay? So, that's it. So, the intended learning outcomes class. So, after this discussion, no, upon the completion of this topic, so students will be able to first calculate the vertical stresses of soil at various depth beneath the ground surface, considering the upward, downward, and no seepage. So this is our topic tonight. And construct and interpret the Mohr circle to determine the principal stresses, the maximum shear stresses, and the orientation of the principal stress plane. And the last one is to describe, no? The last one is to describe the stress, is to analyze and describe stress states within the soil mass subjected to various types of load. So we have here the topics now. So we'll be discussing tonight the effective stress, the stresses in saturated soil with upward seepage, stresses in saturated soil with downward seepage, and no seepage. Then the stresses in soil mass, the Peabody diagram, then the stresses in soil mass, the Mohr circle. And we have here that this will be next lecture meeting, the geostatic stress and the stresses due to the applied load using the Boussinesq, Weistigard, and the approximate method. So let's have the NC2. Okay, introduction in situ stresses. So assuming this is our soil mass class, now, so as you can see, there are soil particles. Then we have here the voids, Ganesha. So either it is air or water or both. No, the voids. Then if you're going to cut this one, ang kanimong section class, i-cut ta ni siya here, point A, so kanilugar siya mahitabo. We can see the forces, no? Kani siya klase P1 due to the particle, the one part as a particle here, nag-push siya dadto, another particle push siya dadto, another particle push, and that is perpendicular to the plane. So meaning, na ay mga forces between our soil particles. So if we're going to consider the total stress, that is divided into two parts. So that a portion is carried by water in a continuous void spaces. So this portion act with equal intensity in all directions. Okay. For example, class will have and then frequency meeting at least twice a year. So for example, this is our soil particles, soil particles, soil particles, soil particles. Then you have here the water. So nalagay siya water here. Na-exert siya water. Plus that water or ang water itself, kaya naman siya, if ako siyang idako plus ha. So naana siya force or ito na siya due to the water. No? Exert po siya of force dito sa imuhang soil particles. Iya po siyang ginatulod ang mga soil particles. Ano siya? So that portion, ang imong total stress is one of the reason of that or contributor is your water. Then the rest of the total stress is carried by the soil. So for example, na siya. Then you have here for example, another na siya. So meaning, kani po siya, exert po siya din ha, that is due to the soil. Therefore, your total stress is due to this water and due to the soil. Then, the sum of that, okay. The sum of the vertical component of the forces developed at the point of contact of the solid particles per unit cross-sectional area of the soil, that is what we call effective stresses. So inata to ang consideration class. And we all know when we say force or effect or when we say stress, it has two, di ba? A normal stress and a shear stress. So ang atong soil class, ako siyang i-explain sa kaya na ko ma-explain na. For example, this is our soil. and soil particles, and we have here the force, no? That is your force, or that is consider nato siya as pressure, no? Multiply nato, divide nato siya sa area, but consider it as a force. So if ato siyang kuhaan, this is gonna be our normal, and this is our shear. Diba? So if that is the case, ato na siyang tan-awon sa ato ang equation later on. So the total stress is basically na siya duha ka component again, the soil and the water, no? Again, kani siyang soil due to the grain particles nga move or mag-transfer siya o kanang loads from one to another, and this one is due to the water. So that's it for our effective stress. Then this one class, effective stress, was enunciated by Carl Terzaghi in 1936, and this one extremely useful basis of the most theories in soil engineering. So we have here the force that is equal to P, and that is equal to the saturated unit weight of the soil multiplied by the height, then the cross-sectional area. On the other hand, if we have the total stress, that is equal to the force over the per unit area, no? Then for example, we have here, no? This is your soil mass. Then you have here the force, no? Kung asa siya asa na to ko ang area, so akong butangan og point class, okay? If this is our point here, then we have here the force, no? With respect to the area, na siya consideration area as a lalim. So how we are going to determine the stress on this part? So we just divide the force over the corresponding area. So the equation will be like this. It's because here the total stress is equal to the force over area, and the force is equal to the saturated unit weight multiplied by the height multiplied by the area all over the area. So this one will be cancelled. So what is left is the Y saturated over the height. So one action. Okay. So the pore water pressure. The pore water pressure. Okay. So this is the pressure due to the pore water filling or filling the voids of the soil. So again, no, we have, this is our soil particles. So naa siya mga voids. So that voids, atong kuanan na, if this is our soil particles, so we have here the voids, kana siyang voids class. So again, na siya mga forces, no? Itulod po siya sa ato ang water, diba? Di na siya, no? So it has a pressure and it has an equation of the unit weight of the water multiplied by the height. So meaning when you say pore water pressure class, always remember na it talks about the water. So if that is the case, always consider the pore water pressure, then multiplied by the level of the water or height of the water. So the pore water pressure is also known as neutral pressure or neutral stress because it cannot resist shear stresses. Meaning, di ba, ang shear na to ay ana na po ko ha. So if this is your soil, then this is your force. Then you have here the normal stress and the shear stress. So meaning class, this shear stress cannot be kanang resisted by the pore water pressure. As a pore water pressure kay wala siya power to resist this shear stress. But moagi ra siya class, mo flow ra siya. So the pore water pressure is taken as zero when it is equal to atmospheric pressure. Meaning if it is kanang open to the atmosphere. Okay, for example, siya sa for example, at this point, so if nani siya water here, so imong pore water pressure at this point is zero kay open to the atmosphere. Okay? Then the effective stress. The effective stress is matong tanawon class, mura sa lang the same equation sa total stress but it has a bar on the top. So na siya ana or apostrophe on the top. And that is the sum of the vertical component of the forces developed at the point of contact of the solid particles per unit cross-sectional area of the soil mass. And that is equal to the total stress. Always remember that is equal to the total stress minus the pore water pressure. Okay, so that is your effective stress or apostrophe or bar. It depends. That is the total stress minus the pore water pressure. And we all know that the total stress is equal to Y sat or the saturated unit weight of the soil multiplied by the height minus the unit weight of the water multiplied by the height. Okay, this one. So we'll get the H, the common, the height. So we have here Y saturated minus the unit weight of the water multiplied by the height, or simply the Y saturated is equal to submerged unit weight. So balik ta sa atong midterm class, no? So midterm, so ganito siya. If we have a submerged unit weight that is equal to Y sat minus the unit weight of the water. And that is the submerged unit weight. Okay, so this is the pressure diagram of the soil. No, this one is then enclosed for the sample. So for instant class, we go with the total stress. Okay, for the total stress, consider everything. So from this point, now from this H1, so unsa lang man siya, presence of water. So you have here at this point plus 0 pa siya. Wala siya pressure on the top. But at is goes down, panaog siya. So at level H1, it has presence of the water. So H1 multiplied by the unit weight of the water raka. Then at is it goes down, no? Naog mo po siya class at point C. So the height would be H1 plus Z. So here H1 plus Z. So at this point class, it has soil. and water. At this point is water naman siya. So you have here the unit weight of the water multiplied by the height H1 katong sa ibabaw plus the saturated unit weight of the soil multiplied by the height Z. Then ninaog na pud ka class down. So therefore kani din siya nga distance is equal to the unit weight of the water multiplied by the H1 kay siya lang man ang naay water. So kani lang siya atong butangan ha, that is water plus soil, and this one is water plus soil. Then the H2 plus the saturated unit weight of the water. So that is for the total stress. But sa imuhang pore water pressure, always remember na katulad siyang layer nga naay water. So as you can see, tanan siya naay water. No? So you have to add lang H1 at this point, layer H1 multiplied by the unit weight of the water. At this point, kay the unit weight of the water, then the height, so gikan diri, padulong diri, that is H1 plus Z. Then kanina siyang pinakaubos nimo class, unit weight of the water, gikan sa taas, so H1 plus H2. Here, H1 plus H2. Then for the effective stress, again no, total stress minus the pore water pressure. So kani sila class, the same man silang duha, so mag-zero siya. That's why you start here 0 na. Then at this point, we're going to subtract using the algebraic expression. So you have this, then also this one. Okay, yan na siyang iyahang pressure diagram. So let's have the effective stress concept. Okay, so class, that's why sa ato ang midterm ba na ko, you have to kanang memorize the equation kay magamit siya sa final term. So remember katong mga Y saturated, saturated unit weight, and submerged unit weight. Kindly recall atong mga equations. So at this point, since the saturated unit weight is not given, so for example, ang given lang kay sa iyang specific gravity, the void ratio, so you have to use the equation on how to compute the saturated unit weight. Then same as the submerged unit weight, what if the given lang class is the specific gravity and the void ratio? So by using this equation, you can compute the submerged unit weight. So if this portion class tanawa, the water is na siya located above point A but below the ground surface. Hindi na siya tunga-tunga. But your aim here is to get the stresses at point A. So kuha na to si total stress at point A, pore water pressure at point A, and the effective stress at point A. Therefore, you have two layers in which this portion, this layer is the dry soil, but the lower layer is the saturated soil. Okay, so first let's have the total stress. When you see total stress class, again, all the stresses. Consider nimo saturated siya or dry siya. Alright? So first, the total stress at A is equal to first layer ta class. So this is our first layer. And so this is our first layer. The dry layer. So we have here the dry unit weight of the soil multiplied by the height, or H1. The H1 naman siya. Then, the second layer na to class is, let's say this one. This is the saturated layer. no? So you have here the saturated unit weight of the soil multiplied by the H2. Okay, and that is our total stress. Okay, how about the pore water pressure? Alright, so for the pore water pressure class, try to check ang layer na with water. So at this point class, kani lang siya, si layer 2 lang or the lower layer lang ang naay water, no? So kani lang siya ang naay water kay diri naman tong groundwater table. So meaning diri ra siya naay tubig. So diri ra na si H2O. Therefore, if that is the case, our layer with water is only H2. So that H2 should be multiplied by the unit weight of the water. Then the last one class is our effective stress. Okay, for our effective stress class, again, that is equal to the total stress, which is this one, minus the pore water pressure. Okay, so all you have to do is to copy the equation. Imo ra gid na siyang copy. Imo ra gid siyang ikuan. So this is your first, this is the total stress. Then this is another total stress. Then you have to minus that one with your pore water pressure. Therefore, if we're going to check, this class will be your total stress A, and this is your pore water pressure. Then, as you can see, now in this term class, you can see H2 as the common variable H2. So combine mo siya, so what's left is Y saturated minus the unit weight of the water, and that is simply equal to the submerged unit weight. Therefore, the equation for the effective stress is equal to the dry unit weight of the soil multiplied by the H1 plus the submerged unit weight multiplied by the H2. Okay? Nasabot ba siya, class? Speak up daw. Pwede na ko makita inyong reaction. Nasabtan siya. Alam, wala nagtubag. Or naapa mo?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. So, mapadayan ko. Okay. At this point, class, alright, at this point is, this example again, we are going to determine the effective stress at point A, but the ground surface level is here and your water is above the ground surface. Meaning, mura siya nagbaha or meaning, mo siya dagat na ang imuhang ground surface is nalubog sa tubig. Asya na siya sa mga river, lugar, for example, kay project na nasa river, no? Magtukod lugar ka o bridge, na siya. So this is the condition class. So you're going to determine the unit weight at the effective stress at point A. So same gyapon class, now the equation and how to determine on how to calculate the saturated unit weight and the submerged unit weight. So if this is the scenario class, again, our first step is to determine the total stress, followed by the pore water pressure, then we can get the effective stress. Okay, so start na ha. Okay, at point, so at this point, the total stress, ano mo siya? This one. Okay, so let's start with the total stress. Nasubraan ako siya escape class, sorry. So let's have first the total stress as point A. So let's analyze first ang layer, the H1 layer or the first layer. So at this point, as you can see, water naman siya, no? Water. So we have to consider that one. Kita na natin i-consider is either water or soil, dry soil or saturated soil. So you have here the unit weight of the water multiplied by the H1. Then let's proceed with the second layer. The second layer or the lower layer, this is saturated soil. Yan naman sa ibabaw ang imuhang water. So this is the saturated unit weight of the soil multiplied by the layer, and that is H2. Okay. Then the pool water pressure. So let's proceed with the next one. So the pool water pressure data. So as you can see, class, ang water is na siya sa ibabaw. Consider or check the layer nga naay water. So si H1 and H2 na submerged siya sa water. Therefore, the unit weight of the water multiplied by the height where there is a presence of water, and that is H1 and H2. So, iwan na consider. Therefore, in determining the effective stress dayon, we have the total stress minus the pore water pressure. So, imo na po dayon i-display ang equation. So, this is your total stress equation. This is also your total stress equation minus the pore water pressure equation. So therefore, class, this is your total stress, and this is your pore water pressure. So if atong tan-awon, class, na ato ako din pa. Let me erase kani kay dark ko kayo siya. Let me use kani siya. Alright. So as you can see, class, if the H, let me use the pen. So you have here W, unit weight of the water. Hindi siya maklaro, class. Let me use the red. Unit weight of the water and the H1. Same as the unit weight of the water and the H1. So what is left is that and this equation. So you have here the saturated unit weight of the soil times the H2 minus the unit weight of the water times the H2. And we all know that the submerged unit weight is equal to the Y sat minus the unit weight of the water. Then let's have this H2. So this is your final equation. Okay, so that's it. Okay, another is a scenario, class, is what if ang water nimo is naagid siya sa ang water is level siya sa imong ground surface, meaning na dinha imong ground surface na po dinha ang layers of water, so nagtupong sila. So what will be your effective stress at point A? So if that is the case, balik na punta ha. Let's have here the total stress. Let's have here the total stress. So the total stress at point A, let's consider the first layer. So this is our first layer. So we have a saturated soil multiplied by the H1. Then the second layer again is a saturated soil multiplied by the H2. So same sila, no? H2. Okay. How about the pore water? as you can see, ang tubig nimo is naa diri nga portion. No? Tubig siya here. Therefore, ang imong water, the unit of the water, multiply nimo siya sa H1 plus the H2. So that's why you have here. Okay? Therefore, for the effective stress, all you have to do is to subtract the total stress minus the pore water pressure. Balik ka gyapon sa class. Okay? So this is your saturated at the total stress. This is also your total stress minus the pore water pressure. Right? So, imo din siyang ikuan class, combine like terms. So, as you can see, both the first term has H1 plus H2, H1 plus H2. We have the Y sat minus the unit of the water, and we all know that the Y sat means the unit of water is equal to the submerged unit rate. And this is your final equation. Okay, so let's have an example. Ako na ikaw ha. So a soil profile is shown in the figure below. So you have to calculate the total stress, pore water pressure, and effective stress at point A, point B, and point C. Okay. At this point class, we can see that the water is at this level. So meaning, kani siya tanan class, basa na ni. But the upper layer is a dry layer, no? So dry conditions, yeah. So that's why you have a dry soil. And this is the unit weight of the dry soil. Okay, this is the groundwater table. And this is the saturated layer or a saturated sand. And it has a unit weight of 19.25 kilonewton per cubic meter. Okay, our aim class is to determine the effective, the total, and the pore water pressure at this point A, point B, and point C. So let's start with point A. At point A class, so dirita, point A. So since at this point it is open to the atmosphere, so wala siya total stress or wala siya kanang total stress, wala siya pore water pressure, wala po siya effective stress. Kaya wala man siya class, wala tay height na i-multiply, no? Ay zero man ang height at this point. So meaning zero siya tanan. Okay, so let's proceed. Point B. So here ta class. Point B. So dirita nga portion, dirita nga level. Okay, at this point class, you can see na siya height. The height is from point A to point B. So we have to consider this height. And that height is equal to 6 meters. No? Is 6 meters. Therefore, if we're going to determine our total stress, sorry class, itira siya kuan. Sobraan ako siya 8. So for our total stress, so this is our total stress, and that is equal to the dry sand, no? Yung consideration here, we have the dry sand multiplied by the height of 6. And that is 6. Naraka here. So you have a 99 kilonewton per class. This is cube ha. Ng mga squared man sila. Okay. Yes, that is squared. Hi na cancelled out because of the height. Then, second one class is your water, the pore water pressure. But at this point, no, you can see na walay presence sa water at point B. That's why it is equal to 0. Therefore, your effective stress is equal to the total stress, 99, minus the pore water pressure, 0, and it is still equal to 99 kilonewton per meter squared. And let's proceed point C. So here na ta class. Nata sa pinakailalom. So dili na pwede mo consideration. So at this point no, ang imuhang consideration is gikan ka sa point A, niagi ka sa point B, padulong ka sa point C. So that is your consideration. So let's start with the total stress. So for the total stress, gikan ka sa taas. So aman ta sa taas class. We have the 6 height multiplied by the dry unit weight of the sand plus the 13 meters height multiplied by the saturated unit weight of the sand. So naa ka din here portion. Then you have an answer of 349.25. Okay. Then the second one is you have to consider the pore water pressure. Okay, mo tanawon class, ang layer na naay water is only this portion. This is the saturated sand. Kay ibabaw kay dry sand man siya. So the saturated sand has a height of 13 meters. That's why the unit weight of the water multiplied by 13, so you have 127.53. Okay, then the last one is your effective stress. Just simply subtract the total stress minus the pore water pressure, and that is, you can get a value of 221.72 kilonewton per meter squared. So nanaon na gid siya class, all you have to do or all you have to remember, you must know how to compute the total stress and the pore water pressure. Again, if it is total stress, no, consider everything either dry or saturated. You have to consider the unit weight of the dry and the saturated. If saturated tanan, then the saturated unit weight. If dry tanan, then the dry unit weight. But when we say pore water pressure, consider only the layer with water. If ang lower layer lang may water, then katura imong multiply sa imuhang the unit weight of the water. If ang ibabaw is dry, then neglect. Okay? Then for the effective stress, just subtract the total stress minus the pore water pressure. Nasabot ba ko? Hello? Napaba mo dira?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, so let me continue. Okay, at this point class it says, another example, how high should the water table rise so that the effective stress at C is 190 kilonewton per meter squared? So let's assume that the saturated unit weight, both layer can 19.25. For aware class, ako siyang ato ko yung ibirahon ma'am?
Kadag puti.
Puti, birahan akong puti. Dili, ibalhin ako kung itong puti, kani, temba. Okay, so at this point class, it says that at point C, tumutangan siya class na, paminaw piya mo din na ha, although I cannot see you, but please, you give part ba siya sa itong board exam. So, another shy, let me erase. Wala ko na butang ako ang kuan. Another shy, effective stress is equal to 190 kilonewton per meter squared. Alright. So, the question is, pila ang itaas sa imong tubig if kani imong effective stress. So meaning, mabutang ko din another layer ha. Then let me use highlighter. So ano siya? Alright. Okay, so meaning your water layer or the level of the water will rise. The water table will rise. Let's say, dali na din siya, class. Alright. So, ato ani is, pila di ay ni siya. Di siya maklaro, no? I-erase. Pila di ay ni siya. Kani siya. Let's say this is our H. If this is H class, derivative about that is 6 minus H. Then this one class becomes saturated. Then ingon siya, let us assume that if we have a saturated, so this is Y saturated, and that is equal to 19.25 kilonewton per meter squared. So, kani din siya class, ato na din na siyang i-erase. Let me erase this one. I think we will use this. So, wala na din dira si groundwater. But the groundwater is, nana siya diri nga portion. Nana siya dinhi. Nana siya dinhi nga point. Ano na siya class. This is our new groundwater table or the level of our groundwater table. Right? So if that is the case, class, our total stress, wow, thank you. Bakit sakit akong mata? So our total stress would be, the equation of our total stress would be ito siyang color-coloran class sa this layer. So, ano ko siya, this layer. The 6 minus H multiplied by the dry unit weight of the soil. So, that is our first layer. Then, our second layer would be, kanina dahil siyang portion. No? So, butangan na to siya class para dili ta malibog. So, this is our first layer. I don't know if maklaro. Then, this is our second layer. No? So, that is this. The H multiplied by the saturated unit weight, and our third layer would be, kanina din siya class. Ay, sorry, sa nang lapas ko. Ano siya? So, this is class our third layer. Third layer, and that is this one. The 13 multiplied by the saturated unit weight. On the other hand, if you will get our full water pressure, so ara man ang layer nga na water. No? Ang layer nga na water class is up to here siya. Kani. So you have H plus 13, kani nga portion. Kani na ko yan na. So kanira siya nga ang naitubig. So this one class is, butangan ako siya. This is the H. And this is the 13. So you have H plus 13 multiplied by the unit weight of the water. Therefore, we can get the effective stress. Now, and it says class, our effective stress is equal to the total stress minus the unit weight at the pore water pressure. To display the equation, this is our first layer, this is our second layer, this is our third layer, and this is the pore water pressure. So, mo tingali plus man ni diri nga ano na negative naman diri because we omit the open and close parentheses and we distribute the unit weight of the water. Diba? Sa to ang algebra because it is minus man siya. So, it becomes negative. A negative multiplied by a positive, that is negative. So you have to simplify the equation. Then we all know that the effective stress at C is equal to 190. So substitute the value, then you can get the value of H. So this is the value of H or the height of the water to have an effective stress of 190 at point C. So muna siya itong gipangita class. Okay? Okay, so that's it. So in summary class, effective stress is approximately the force per unit area carried by the soil's kiloton. So the effective stress in the soil mass controls its volume change and strength. So increasing the effective stress induces the soil to move into a denser state of packing. So meaning class, if mag-plug in sa ako. Okay, so meaning class, ang imong soil, if musaka yung effective stress, so if ma-increase ang iyang effective stress, so instead na ang imong soil, let's say before, now anak pa siya, lagi upat, ni-increase man imuhang effective stress, na siya, so nagdugol sila og ayo class. Meaning, it minimizes the voids in between. Okay, naman siya sa dense naman din kay siya na state. Okay, the compressibility and the shearing resistance of the soil depend to a great extent of effective stress. Meaning class, if mo increase mo effective stress, taman siya, mag-decrease iyahang voids, mag-decrease pud iyahang compressibility, but mo increase iyahang shear stress. So mo na siya gisulti dinhi, na? Thus, ano siya? Ay, sorry. Na-discard na ko. Thus, the concept of effective stress is significant in solving geotechnical problems such as lateral earth pressure on retaining structures, the load-bearing capacity, and settlement of foundation and stability of earth's slope. So again, ako siyang isulat din niya kung na-discard siya class. So meaning, if you're going to increase imong effective stress, so your void ratio or your void will decrease, your compressibility will decrease, but your shear stress will increase. Okay, so meaning kung downward plus decrease ha, upward increase. So before, if ang lugar ka before Ani pa yung mga soil particles, you can see the voids in between, but after nga na-increase, na siya sa tugol na kay siya, it anang decreases the voids, decreases the compressibility, but increases the shear stress. Okay? So let's proceed. Okay, so let's discuss the stresses in saturated soil with upward seepage. So, ani siya class. So, if the water is seeping, no, the effective stress, the effective stress at any point in the soil mass will differ from that in this static case. Meaning, usahay nga kanang static lang, meaning let's say, walay movement ang imuhang water. Then, this one is na ay movement sa imuhang water, and that is upward direction. So, it will decrease or increase depending on the direction of the seepage. So, this direction class is the upward. When we say upward class, for example, this is your soil profile. Then you have here the valve. If we're going to open this valve class, there is a flow of water that will go up, no? Then always remember that the first, this is your piezometer, no? Para atong makita ang level sa water. Okay. If the first layer nga kanang naka-attach ang inyong piezometer, so mo-increase siya, mataas iyahang head or headless. No? This is your headless. Okay, so din nato makita nga if kani naman siya ang first nga mo-receive sa water, so mo ni siya ang may pinakataas na headless. As it moved up, no, pasaka na siya, saka manam po siya og kagamay till such nga dito sa imong pinakataas dinharapod taman ang layers sa imuhang water. So, we can see, no, nga from C to B, it has a head loss at this point to this point. From A and from B to A, napod siya head loss. H1, small h1. Okay? Yung kanidayon siya, more siyang layer. So, we can also see here the height, no, from the surface to the point A, that is a capital H1. Then from A to B, we have the D. Then from A to C, and that is capital H sub 2. So, at point A, so let's have this. At point A, ako ito siyang coloran para ito siyang ma-analyze dali. At point A, dali siya, point A, muna siya ito ang i-consider. So, at point A class, it has a total stress with respect to the water alone, kaya wala man siya soil. So, that is the height of the water multiplied by the unit weight of the water. So, that is for your A, total stress at A. Then, considering the pore water pressure, we can see or we can observe that there is a presence of water, right? So, there is a presence of water. So, ato po siya i-consider ang imuhang water. Okay. So, at this point class, it has the height of the water, the height among water, then the unit weight of the water. Then for the water pressure or the effective stress, again, subtract the total stress, the pore water pressure from the total stress, and that is equal to 0. Meaning class, if water alone lang gid siya, you have 0 effective stress. Okay. Then let's consider point B. So at point B here, kani siyang portion. So at point B class, makonsider na siya si point A. Makonsider kani siya tanan nga portion. Mawala siya, no? So, kani siya imong point B. Tanan nga ma-occupy niya. Alright? So, we have H1, H1, then the unit weight of the water, and then you have with the D, the height D, then the saturated unit weight. So that is for the total stress. Okay. For the poor water pressure, let's check. Asa man ang layer sa water? Very humot. So, ang layer sa water class is from this point up to this point. This is the layer of the water nimo. No? Kaya may tabi sa baba. Therefore, that is equal to the H1 plus the D, plus the D. Then we also consider the head loss, and that is H sub 1. So, ano siya nga portion. Then you have to multiply that one with the unit weight of the water. And for the effective stress, again, you have to subtract total stress minus the whole water pressure. So, nanaon na mo siya cancel. No? So, at point C, kaniganda nga portion, kanina po tanan ni consider class. Kanina sila. Okay? So, you have here the total stress. And that is the H1. Then it has a unit weight of the water. Then the H2. And the saturated. Alright. On the other hand, if you're going to consider the poor water pressure, always add the head loss. Okay. Ang poor water pressure class, ang head loss, I didn't really consider ang head loss because head loss is with respect to the kanang change of kanang elevations imuhang water. Sa to ang hydraulics, if inyo hang ma-remember. So you have here, haman ang may water. So na siya water here, H1, water. Ano po siya water here, sa H2. Then, kani din si H. Kay C man plus atong consideration. So, si C is from this up to this. Kay dito man nato si C. Mukong nakita. No? Kana man si C. Iyahang level sa water. Then, up to this point. Alright. So, you have here the H. And you have to multiply that one with the unit weight of the water. Then again, for the effective stress, all you have to do is to subtract total stress and the poor water pressure. Alright. Napaklas ka na nagtawag sa akong phone. Ako sa siya. Kuan. Okay, now let's proceed. Okay, so we also have this critical condition of our upward stage, which is in class na critical condition wherein your effective stress becomes zero. No? Ano siya here? Tanawag na yan. If water is speaking, the effective stress is not data. For example, this one over hydraulic gradient, no? The H over H2 is the hydraulic gradient I, which causes the flow of atong upward seepage. So our critical the hydraulic gradient at critical condition nato is when the effective stress becomes zero. That's why you have here the critical effective stress is equal to zero. Therefore, our aim here is to determine pila di ay imuhang gradient here, no? Nga mahimong zero imong effective stress. So that is our aim. The critical hydraulic gradients where the effective stress becomes zero. So we have here the boiling or the fixed condition. So this is our critical gradient, and that is equal to your effective stress over your submerged unit weight over the unit weight of the water. And usually class our gradient, no, the critical condition varies from 0.9 to 1.1. Okay. So what will happen to our to our pressure diagram at that point? Okay, like same thing, we have one sila class, but in this case class, we have to consider this one, the gradient of our at this condition. Okay, so let's have an example. Before the instance, we have to find 9 meters thick layer of deep saturated clay. So meaning, na siya water. It is saturated. And underlain by a layer of sand. Siya. So the sand is under artesian pressure, no? Then you have to calculate the cut that can be made in the clay. So in this case, class, natay at first, ani pa siyang condition sa ato ang soil. Dapat dili ang soil, dira pa siya nga level. So, our aim here is to excavate, no? Pero din ang kalalum nga to ang kaluton or the height or the depth of the excavation. Sorry, sapit akong kuan kanang abaga, shoulder, sige ano. Pila day ang height sa atong excavation, ang question dani nga point. Wherein, stable paghihapon ang ato ang soil. Again, that's why class we have to calculate mga magkalot ta, dili pwede mo patakag kalot, kay we don't know, may sige na tagkalot, pag abot dito, kay dili na siya makakarry sa load, kay dili na stable ang ato ang kuan. So, consider gyapon nato nga at point A, na gyapon ang stability. Okay, so ano na siya? Due to excavation, there will be unloading of overburden pressure. So let the depth of the cut be h, at which point the bottom will hit, no? Let us consider stability of point A at any time. So bahalag nagkalot-kalot ka din ha, but stable paghihapon ang imuhang soil, considering there is a point A. But the question is, up to pila kalalom ang pwede nimong makalot. Okay. So let's consider first the total stress. So this is our total stress class. This is our total stress. And this is for pressure. So for the total stress, we have this equation. So at this point, kani siya, let me use the yellow. So I'm not tallying a portion. So at this point, it becomes 9. This is your H. Let me erase. This is your H. And this is 9 minus H. Okay. Then this is a saturated soil. So you have here 18 kilonewton per cubic meter of saturated unit weight. So you have here 9 minus H times the saturated unit weight of the clay. So kanina to i-consider class. Let me use the yellow. No? So kanina to i-consider, kanina siya nga layer. Kaya kanina man ang naay water, ay kanina man ang naay kuan class, kanang soil, okay? So you have here 9 minus H, then saturated unit weight of the clay. Then, for the poor water pressure class, tanaw na nato ang level sa water. And that water, naman siya. Na siya here. No? And that is 3.6 multiplied by the unit weight of the water. Therefore, if we are going to compute our effective stress, no? Always remember na para makuha na tang iyahang height, we have to consider na at this point, our effective stress is equal to 0. That's why then pa, ato siyang i-erase niya kay baga kaayo. And so this is effective stress is equal to 0. So therefore, effective stress is equal to total minus pore water pressure. So dito, effective stress is equal to total minus the pore water pressure. Then the total, this is our total. And this is our pressure. So, ani siya class that is equate into 0, then we can get the value of H. No? Nakuha na ta class, and say algebraic expression, get the value of H. So, ani siya. So, you have here 9 minus H y sat minus 3.6 net weight of the water, and that is equal to 0. So, kung ano na ito ang value sa H class. And that is equal to 7.04 meters. So, that's it. Okay, another example is you will make a cut, but hindi, sa different class. Kaya akong now, the saturate, and again, it's underlain by the layer of the sand. So what should be the height of the water so that the stability of the soil of the clay is not lost, no? So this one, pila iyang saka sa taas para makonsider gyapon nato nga stable ang atoang soil at this point. So our aim here is to determine the value of H. No? So, balik na po ta, if we're going to determine first the total stress. So you have total stress is equal to, no? So here, this is, let's say, itong butang sa siya o ka ng layer, ay kanina lang. So this is, if this is 5, so this is 2, so this is 7. So you have 2 multiplied by the saturated unit weight of the sand. Our pool water pressure is equal to filament. So you have here the H. Now at point C, so you have here the 4.5 ay kulangan pa di ay ni siya class, no? Ang water na to plus the H multiplied by the water. So you have 4.5 multiplied by the water. Pangit akong ali. Ako siyang utrohan plus na. Igamayan ako siya para nice tanaw. So the total stress is equal to 2 times the saturated plus our H multiplied by 9.81 and for pressure, yes, and that is equal to 4.5 times well, the water. Okay? So, ano lang siya class. Then, you can get this one, that our effective stress is equal to at A minus at A, and that is equal to 0. Then you can get the value of H, and that is 0.63. Meaning, kung kanimong tubig class, musakin ni siya of 0.63 meter rather, at this point, imuhang soil or effective stress is equal to 0. And we can consider at stable state na siya. But if it is negative na, then unstable na siya. Okay? Okay, at this point, class is a downward seepage. Okay, when you say downward seepage, ganun siya. Ang inflow is on the top, no? Tapos, you have here the valve that controls the flow, and this is the outflow. So, at this point, kung asa na po ang imuhang layer na first na nag-receive sa water, ito po ang layer sa imuhang head loss, but nag-downward seepage man ta class, so mag-ubos po ang imuhang head loss. Ano siya nga point. Meaning, kung upward seepage ta class, katong kaganiha, ang imuhang mo decrease ang imuhang effective stress. But with this one, the downward seepage, mo increase imuhang effective stress. Okay? Ayaw mo og kalimot ana. Fast. Ayaw mo og kalimot ana. But if downward, mo increase ang mo effective stress. But if this upward, mo decrease ang imuhang effective stress. So same na siya po sila og situation class, no ba? If you're going to consider the pool water pressure, you have to subtract the head loss of this one. Okay, the downward seepage, the gradient, and the head, the height. So I think naka-example here, this one. So kung downward siya class, manika, downward seepage, considering this situation or scenario, so we have to consider the point A. Kasi hawik akong buksan. We have to consider the point A na siya. So we can get the palagkodan sa tahan. So if this is your point A, ano siya? So for your total stress, we have the height, no, H1, multiplied by the unit weight of the water. Okay, water lang man ang ihang here at this point A. Then your full water pressure, again, your point A has presence of water, so you have here H1, the height, and the unit weight of the water. Therefore, if we're going to determine the effective stress, just subtract, no? Total stress minus the full water pressure, and that is equal to 0. Again, bata open to the atmosphere plus dayon all kay water lang, walay soil. The effective stress is equal to 0 at that specific na point. At point B, here comes. At point B, yeah. So, if we're going to determine the total stress, yeah, ang point B ni na-plus kanina sa tanan. Sorry. Okay. Asan ulit kanina? Okay.
Okay, for you, so hydrology, no?
Okay. So you have here the H1, amount total stress. So mag-start ka sa pinakataas. So you have the H1 multiplied by the unit weight of the water. Plus the D multiplied with the saturated unit weight of the soil. Okay. Minus ay saturated, sorry, pore pressure pa, ay, sakto, total stress. And the saturated unit weight of the soil. On the other hand, pag mag-consider na po sa tuang pore water pressure, kani, you have H1 plus the D, then you have to subtract the downward, the H, small h1, and multiplied by the water, or what the unit weight of the water. And for the effective, again, imalabas na i-minus lang doon. At point C, ano tatanan? At point C, ano siya? No. At point C, ano ito ang consideration? Give me goodness. So we have here the H1 and the unit weight of the water plus the H2 and the saturated unit weight of the soil. And the pore water pressure plus H1 plus H2 minus the H. At point C man ta. So kana po itong consideration ha. Same gihapon. Multiplied by the unit weight of the water. For the effective stress, kanira gihapon sila. Minus. With no seepage class, wala tayo, dali ra gihapon siya, kay wala may head loss. Constant na siya dira. Okay? So you have the total stress, for water pressure, the effective stress, same gihapon, that considering at point A, so you have here the H1 unit weight of the water for this layer. So you have the H1 and water pressure, that unit weight of the water. And for water pressure, same gihapon sila. Then effective stress, of course, subtract the at point B. So dili ra gyapon ka at point B. Nga sila, padalong diri. So you have the unit weight of the height, tapos unit weight of the water, D times the saturated unit weight of the water. Then, for the pore water pressure, sila man tanan, so you have H1 plus the and the effective stress minus gyapon ang total minus the pore water stress. At point C, kanito no. Mana tatanan. So, kaning tanawan class. So, for the total stress, you have H1, unit weight of the water, H2, then the saturated unit weight of the soil. Then the pore water pressure, we can see at the H1, H2, and the unit weight of the water. Then for the effective stress minus a gyapon class. Okay, so let's have this example. So nisaka siya klasa. So you have here a sandy clay. The first layer is a sandy clay. The second layer is a medium dense sand. The third layer is compressible salty clay. So we are going to determine the total stress at point A here. Then what is the value of H? Kung ang effective stress at point A is 81 and the effective stress at point B. First, let's calculate first the stress at point A here. So sa gitong total naman siya class. So you have 5 meters multiplied by 20.1 plus 5 meters naraka multiplied by 19.03. So you have 195.7. So ano na siya class? You can get directly the total stress. Okay? Ako siyang coloran class na para makuan mo. So this is 5. This is 5. So muna siya yung pasabot si 5. So pwede siya pasabot si 5. Next is the 20. So this is 20. Then this is ano siya? And yes siya. Okay. Okay, so that's it for the total stress. So let's proceed with the value of H. Kani siya. No? Kung natay effective stress at 81.6. So effective stress man ta class. So mo dito na ta ha. Again, no? So for our effective stress is equal to total minus water pressure. But this one is nana siya sa kaning. And that is equal to 100 previously, that is 195.70. No? Minus, so ito siyang ikuan na lang plus. para nay siya. So yeah, the effective stress is equal to total minus, then we have the effective total stress of 195.70. Pool water pressure is H times the unit weight of the water, that is H times 9.81. So, mura na siya class. Ato ra siyang gibutan. Therefore, what will happen, dali nakabutang, the effective stress is equal to total minus for water, and that is 81.6 is equal to 195.70 minus 9.81 times H. Therefore, H is equal to 11.6. That's it. Okay. Then the last one is the effective stress at B. So we can have this answer. Okay, another one is this. Pinawala si one. Okay, we have to consider the upward. Flow ang water going to up through the sand. Then let us a void ratio of 0.5 and a specific gravity of 2.6. So our aim is to compute the H1, then the stress at A, the effective stress at A, so Anna at A, and the effective stress at B. Okay? So first is the H1. If this is the case, H1 class, let's have ratio and proportion. The H1 is to 1.2, meaning class, H1, oh sorry, it's November 17. H1 is to 1.2. So you have H1 is to 1.2. Therefore, kanina siyang dako, you have, so you have 1.5 is to, nung tanaw na to class, din siya nag-start, so na siya here, diri po din siya nag-end, so na siya here. So kani siya itong consideration, and that is 1.2, so na siya class, plus 1 plus 0.7. I-kuan daw ko class, i-compute ko. No, na 1.5 is 1 plus, ay sorry, di siya appeal ang 0.7. Muna siyang, wala siya nabot here. So, ang imong consideration is here. So, here. So, this is 2.2. That's why 1 plus 1.2. Therefore, your H is equal to 0.818. Okay? Dili day siya dinhi mo portion class, but kung asa imong piezometer, so naa siya diri nga portion. Okay. Then for the effective stress at A, so since given na to kay the void ratio and the specific gravity, so we're going to determine the saturated unit weight at this portion because naaman siya water, so that is saturated. So you can get the saturated unit weight of the soil is 20.27. Then we can get the total stress because at point A, we can get here, ang total stress is nakay water, no? Water multiplied by the height, and the saturated unit weight of 20.27 multiplied by the height, sama ano siya here. So you have 31.19. And the pore water pressure, no? At point A, so nakay tubig sa 1.7, nakay tubig sa 1.2, plus tubig din mo diri sa H1 times 9.81, so you have 26.6. Therefore, the effective stress is equal to 31 minus 26, so you have 4.53. And at point B, same gyapon ta class ha. Sa total stress mo sa point B, so gikan ka diri, multiplied by 9.81. Kani is 1.2 plus 1, so 2.2. The same naman sila class, so that is 20.7. And the pressure, for pressure na to point B, na ay tubig, plus na ay tubig multiplied by 9.2. Effective stress, total minus the pore water pressure. And upward seepage, you have the hydraulic gradient over this length. So you have I is equal to 0.687. And that is multiplied by the pore water pressure. So you have this upward seepage. Okay, I have here an example. So kindly answer this one sa inyo no, para makabalo mo pila answer. Okay, so I think that's end. So do you have question, class? It's supposed to be another lesson. It's about the Mohr circle, but atong time is 6:47. Kita mag-end karon. Napa ba mo? So kindly daw ko heart reaction ni kung napa ba? Lo, gamay na lang. So, kaya pa, malhos pa ta, up to man ta 8:30. Ay, yeah, 8:30. So, let's have a break. Okay lang. Dayon, we'll meet at 7:15 for the second topic. Kay na, kung ano ko, kay on Monday din class, we'll have our first quiz compaction lang siya, tanan, itong first itong topic. So, kani siya nga topic class, ang stresses as well as the Mohr circle. Dito na mag-quiz sa November 17. Kay if mag-wellness week ta sa 12 to 14, so di siya kung taka-klase sa 13. Pero wala pa may memo. Mag-wait lang sa ta sa memo ha. But if ever na ay memo or walay memo, wala gyapon ko sa 13 kay mag-Manila ko ana. So, 17 na kita magkita. Okay? So, let's have a break. Mga 45 minutes of 40 minutes lang. Kita ta 7, ay no, kung ano dahil 15 minutes, 25 minutes. Kita ta 7:15. Okay? For the next topic. Pwede mo mag-leave, then balik ng link later on. Then mag-anang dayon ko, attendance after. Okay, thank you everyone. Ang sabtan na ba ko ang discussion? Nag-continue ko class na kadikit ko ganahan mo gud aning Google Meet oy. Di siya pareha sa Zoom nga makita ta mo. So if na, so kita ta 7:15. Thank you.